Here's a photo of the moon I picked at random off the internet. Watch what happens when I adjust the colour levels. So what is happening? Why is it doing that? And why do conspiracy theorists love it so much? When you maximise the colour levels or turn up the contrast, it's much easier to see the blocky artifacts created when the image file was compressed to make it smaller. You can still see them in the original, but maxing the levels really accentuates them. The photo of the moon I chose was saved in the Jpeg format. I've put some links in the description box that give some information on how Jpeg compression works, but for now all we need to know is that Jpeg uses a type of lossy compression that loses some data from the original file, particularly at high compression ratios. The results of this compression have led some unevolved humans to believe that the moon is an artificial satellite built by aliens, covered with cities that are somehow invisible through each and every one of the millions of telescopes on Earth. What happens when we fiddle about with the colour levels of a photo of the moon that has not been compressed? Well, nothing happens. It looks like this. No artifacts, no blockiness around the edges. On top of the ramblings of alien fruitcakes and flat earth nut jobs, lossy compression is also responsible for some of the ignorant dribblings of those who believe the Apollo moon landings were faked. This photo from Apollo 11, showing the rendezvous of Lunar Module Eagle with Command Module Columbia, is a particular favourite of the moon landing deniers. They think they found evidence that the Earth has been photoshopped into the image. But when we look at the file, we find that 1. It's a JPEG, 2. It's small, only 800 by 764 pixels, and 3. The file size is tiny, only 77.4 kilobytes. Okay, let's look for a larger JPEG file of the same photo. I found a much higher resolution version of the same image. It's still in the JPEG format, but it is 4095 pixels square, and the file is over 3 megabytes in size. And what happens when we fiddle about with the colour levels? There you are. All the blockiness around the edges of the Earth, the Moon and the lunar module is gone. It's worth noting that even though this version has 27 times the number of pixels, the file is actually 40 times larger. That is because the JPEG compression algorithm that produced the smaller file treats the image as a collection of 8 by 8 pixel blocks and averages out some of the discrete colour and brightness values in the block. This is why the compressed file is so small and why the image looks so blocky, especially across high contrast boundaries such as the bright Earth against the dark background. Okay, let's have a go with another image that hoax nuts love to claim is fake. This time we'll move the other way, from high quality to low quality, and we'll start by ignoring the JPEG format altogether. This is a photo from Apollo 17. It is in the tagged image file format. It is 5700 by 5800 pixels and the file size is huge, more than 189 megabytes. It's the raw scan made from the original film roll, and I found it on the Space Exploration Resources website. What do you think happens when we max out the colour levels? not really the result our fruitcake friend was looking for. I know. Let's try Jpeg. That's gone a bit funny, but not funny enough. It needs more Jpeg compression. That's more like it. Why bother using a huge original scan in a lossless format when the tiniest JPEG file you can find produces artifacts you don't understand but which seem to confirm your pre-existing conclusions?